Hey beautiful people, how's everybody doing? It's Chelsea here and I wanted to come on. I hope everybody's having a really good day. I wanted to come on here and talk about something kind of personal, but it really relates and there's an important message that I want to share. So, especially because I teach in my work that, some of the worst things that happen to us, that good things can really come out of them, even if it is just to make us stronger. So, this is a painful thing that happened to me a few years ago. And it happened when I found out that the man that I was with at the time was cheating. So I had been in a relationship and it was one where I felt really secure and safe at the time. And then something shifted. At some point down the road, something shifted. And at first I ignored the signs. And then the signs got louder. Hi, Stacy, how are you? So I ignored the signs got louder, and eventually based on kind of some of the information that I had, I confronted him, and of course it was met with denial. And no matter, what way I came at it or how I asked about it, I saw the signs and I was sure in my heart, I had this intuition that this was happening. And I got stuck in this horrible place where my intuitive alarm bells were going off. I knew deep in my heart that there was something going on. And, the person, hi Stacy, the person that I was with, they tried everything in their power to hide it. They didn't want the truth to come out. And so before the truth did come out and when I knew it, and I knew that there was this deep betrayal, I just, it was such a struggle because I was in this place of pain. And I, at that point, it felt like such deep despair. And I remember at one point just sitting in the bath, just feeling worthless, just wanting to fall asleep and go under the water. This really eroded my sense of self, my sense of worth, my confidence. And I think a lot of it was, of course it was the act of betrayal, but it was also just where I actually stopped letting my intuition guide me for a while. And I really, I think that was the biggest thing that really eroded my self-confidence. And when the truth came out, I was ashamed. I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't want my friends to know, that this had happened to me. It was such a low, and it really knocked me down. And looking back, it's so sad. But now, I'm so happy I'm not there anymore. When I realized now what a turning point it was for me in my life, at that point, it was a place where I sourced my self-worth from the relationship that I was in, from another person. And I couldn't even see that at the time. And it took this experience for me to realize, and that really became a turning point for me in my life and in my relationships. It was a huge shift, and I really credit this. It was the single most powerful lesson that I've learned in my life. And of course, like I said, it really knocked me down and it took me a while to recover from it, but I was never the same again after that. I created over time a major shift where I, of course, changed where I source my self-worth. It used to be from, whatever relationship I was in at the time. And of course, this often happens to us if we're not in a relationship. If we are single for a while, that can really affect our self-worth. At this point now that I've gone through this transition in my life, and I've changed where I source my self-worth, it's now entirely from within, and it's from my relationship with Source, with Spirit. And it's an important lesson, an important message that is in the work that I do, that, it's important for everyone, whether you're a man or a woman. It's important for me to share with my daughters. And it's something that we can be, I guess, kind of blind to. And it's something that we may not see clearly where we are sourcing our self-worth. And we hear about self-love all of the time. And this is an important key piece within that, is really where are we getting that source from? Where are we feeling lifted up from? Is it from another person where, they may pay us a compliment one day and we feel really great? They may give us attention one day and we feel amazing, and then the next day, they've lost interest or their attention is somewhere else. And I think that's an important clue if that's happening. Where are we getting our self-worth from? Where are we sourcing that from? And if we are sourcing it from another person. It's time to start doing that important self-work and that self-growth to really shift that. And as I said, this really changed and shifted my reality, and it changed the course of my life. And I started choosing differently in all aspects of my life. So not just, in relationships or in anything. It's so important that we really, get clear on who we are and what it is that we desire for our lives, irrespective of anyone else in our life. This is just really deep down up to us to figure out. And if we are sourcing our self-worth from another person, again, it's so subtle and it's often so hard to see until something like this happens and, really knocks us off our feet like this. So it's an important question, to ask yourself, where are you sourcing your own self-worth? And is that something that needs to shift so you can grow in your own inner strength, inner power, and self-love? So I wanted to share a little bit about the work that I do and what I stand for, just in case you're new, if you haven't seen any of my videos before. And I also have something that, an announcement I wanted to share. So I'll start just by telling you a little bit more about what I stand for and the work that I do. And then I have an exciting challenge that's coming up starting this Sunday that I wanted to share about in my free group. All right, so again, my name is Chelsea Frederick. I am a naturopath, a transformational healer, and a feminine wealth advocate. I stand for healing, the healing of the feminine on all levels, and I stand for female empowerment. My role is to help women clear through old bullshit and layers of shame and pain so they can get to the true essence of who they are. I have a program called the Comeback Queen, where we work one-on-one over a period of 6 weeks and go through all of these layers. Through the healing work that I do, the women that I work with, they can finally allow their beauty and power to shine through as she moves towards her juicy and delicious life. A key part of this is getting clear on, as I was speaking about before, where they're sourcing their self-worth, and of course self-love is a huge part of that. I teach a process called the 7 Strands of Alignment, which is a transformative program with clear strategies for getting into alignment. And it combines spiritual health, physical health, abundance, and of course we work to uncover my client's true beauty and style so that she can become the powerhouse woman that she really is and live fearlessly and powerfully. So again, those are some of the coaching programs that I offer, but what I wanted to share is within my free group, which is called Rebel Grace Squad, starting on Sunday, October 14th, I'm starting a free 7-day challenge, and it's based on my 7 Strands of Alignment program, which as I mentioned before, it's a transformative program with clear strategies for getting into alignment and transforming our lives. So if you're interested in that, it's for women, you can click on the Rebel Grace Squad hashtag link in the post above the video. In that group, I also do weekly guardian angel card readings as well, and it's a great place where we can connect, heal, and grow. So, and of course, we'll probably continue this conversation a little bit deeper in that group as well as we start our program next week, or actually this Sunday. So again, if you're interested in joining, please join the group. And once you're in the group, there's nothing that you need to do. It's just a matter of participating as the 7-day posts come up starting on October 14th. So thank you for being here and watching, and lots of love to all of you. And I hope that this message is something that's resonating with you and ringing true. I know so many of us have been through these difficult situations in our lives, and it's one of those things where we don't really think it's going to happen to us, and it's something that I think is so common. But as I mentioned before, when we have one of those difficult things happen in our lives, really deeply painful situation in our life, one of the most beautiful things is that it brings us closer and closer to our inner source and our inner strength. So if you've been through that as well, lots of healing and lots of love to you. And again, join the group, join Rebel Grace Squad, and we won't necessarily be specifically talking about things like that, but it is an important topic that we will cover because it really does uncover our own ability for self-worth and self-love. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for watching. Lots of love to all of you, and I will see you again soon. Bye.